All right, Timmy's start. Deep
dive.
Ramien Noodles, talk to me.
Oh, I just wanted to get you interested, mate, because I know you love Ramien noodles.
Mate, I traded him away in draft 3 weeks ago. See you later, kid.
Did you?
Yeah, he's been cut. Traded him and Horsburgh. See ya.
Yeah, it was a 2-piece feed.
Yeah, it was a 2-piece feed.
Yeah.
Little Pepsi Max on the side.
You got Lomax, didn't you?
I already drafted Lomax. Please. I got Mitch Moses and I got one of Jarrell Skelton's good hamstrings. Didn't get the other one, unfortunately.
Yeah, so
Still waiting for the other one.
I can entice you as you bought Jesse Ramien last year and he did good things for you. Not incredible, but good things. So his stats this year, he always comes into the conversation about Origin time. So they played the first 2 major buy rounds, the Sharkies. Bottoming out at 506k with a break-even of 52. Very cheap for Jesse Ramien. He's averaging 55. Pretty freaking solid numbers for a bloke with really good buy coverage. Base this season, 39 per game. That's a lead among CT dubs. This year, he scored 1 try. That was back in round 1.
Yeah, I owned him for that one.
Yeah. In Classic or?
Draft. Remember I almost went him in Classic to start the season?
Yeah, I do.
And he scored a try and I was very up and about. He hasn't scored one since.
Hasn't scored one since. And he had 1 try assist back in round 7. I think it might have been against the Knights.
Correct.
This season, he's had 2 line breaks and 2 line break assists. Mate, he's done nothing and he's still averaging 55 points in a Sharky side who played the first 2 major buy rounds. He's got Nicho Hines inside him who's playing terrific, starting to play some much better footy, I should say.
Fair.
I'm not necessarily going to do it this week or next because they've got Manly into someone else tricky. Can't remember who, but it's Melbourne at Shark Park. At the price, he's a good buy coverage pickup, I reckon.
On Australian soil, he has gone above 60 once. There was a 61 last week, which was in an 89-minute game. I get where you're coming from on the price. I don't know. I trade him for a reason, mate. He's just not getting enough good ball out there for me. And you're right, Nicho. I think Nicho's really turned a corner in the last 2 weeks. Doesn't interest me. It has in the past on many occasions, but I can understand where you're coming from. I can get around it. But when you've got Sharp, Lucas...
Yeah.
It's pretty stuff.
That's why...
It's hard to get a spot in my back line.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be doing it the next 2 weeks, as I said. So Manly at Brookie into the Melbourne game at Sharp Park. But right in from round 12 or even potentially round 14, like they have the bye around 13. So depending what your numbers are like, they'll play depleted Roosters in round 12, then a bye, then the Warriors at Sharp Park, Dragons at Sharp Park. Yeah, I think there's a world. And I thought I might get you a bit more excited, but all right.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in trading him out in draft and him not scoring a try since then. So maybe that plays a role.
We'll skip ahead,
I'll tell you
mate.
what, round 12 though, I reckon you can get my attention for round 12 because you can probably go Toya straight to him, which you'll probably break even for there realistically. So I can have that conversation then. I like it.
I'll skip ahead to his teammate Cam McInnes. He was a bit further down the list because I did read out these stats on SC Playbook, but
Thought that was my job, but I'll just go fuck myself. That's fine.
No,
you take us away.
Well, I've got my article up here, and McInnes is right under Ramien, so I don't know why I didn't put them together in the article. But mate, everyone's looking at hooking options. Cam McInnes, very quickly, because he scored that try last week for 90 points at Magic Round, I think it's probably got the attention of people more. He's averaging 62 this season. Obviously, dual hooker, 2RF.
Yep.
Come to think of it, how the hell did he get dual hooker? When was the last time he played hooker?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Like years, right?
Sorry, has he definitely got dual hooker?
Yeah.
Can you triple check that? I wasn't sure if he did. You're probably right, but...
Yeah, he does.
Okay. It's weird that he has it, but
Why,
sure.
why the hell would he have it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Brayley hasn't been injured in about... since 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Hasn't scored under 50 all year. He's averaging 62. Scored a try and had a line break last week at Magic Round. His only attacking stats of the season. He has a base of 57 this year. Mate, said a few times, bit of a boring one, but with dual position, in a shit position, with great buy coverage, hasn't had any attack this year until the weekend. Not saying he's going to bank attacking stats left, right and centre, but he's got a bit in him. Very reliable buy at hooker.
Think you could do heaps worse, and I probably am at the moment. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, one
By heaps worse,
worth
like almost
considering.
anyone in the position.
Now, I'll tell you something funny about him. which people will go, oh, whatever, you're full of shit, whatever. I've heard them all before.
Sorry in advance.
I went through, I was trying to put together a multi last week, right? And I went through all the players that scored at Magic Round in 2019, the inaugural season, that are still playing in the NRL. One was AJ Brimson, who I bet on. He didn't score. And I started to put together this multi, and the player that tipped me over the edge to say this is fucking ridiculous was Cam McInnes, because he scored in 2019.
No.
And he was the only one that scored out of them.
Oh, my God.
He was the tipping point that I went, nah, this is fucking stupid. And he was the only one that scored.
That's
Wow.
actually nuts.
I owe you an apology as well.
Oh. Single file, what for this time? Which this could be backdated from 4 years for all I know.
Well, obviously it's not Supercoach related, but I said last week I had a ripping jersey for Magic Round lined up for you.
Oh, yeah, what happened to that?
And I think I said
Was it your bloke jersey?
No.
You forgot to pack it?
It's okay. Lucky I had mine for you, Timmy.
Yeah, thank you, Kat. I appreciate
You
that.
got torched on the show the other day.
Yeah, shock, just for something different. I think I said I was like 80% locked in with it. I had a retro Kuma Stallions jersey from like the 80s lined up and I couldn't get it up.
That's a problem for you. Common problem.
As soon as I said that, I knew you'd be on there. Yeah. But
Shout out, Loz.
shout out, Loz. Oh God, been a big weekend. Yes, fell through. I'll organise for next year, but a retro black and white striped from the 80s Stallions jersey. I think you would have loved it, but anyway, apologies.
What does the Stallion jersey look like?
Black and white stripes.
Black and white? Is it different for the juniors, or am I imagining that? Or is there two different names? Do you have like...
Yeah, Kuma Colts.
Colts, that's right. Are they the same jersey? Just
No, they're a bit different. And I actually had a Stallions one from a couple of years ago. I did arrange to get it brought up. But it was just, the new jerseys, they're just not the same. Yeah.
Sorry, black and white stripes.
Yeah.
Like a zebra.
Yeah, they're unreal.
Yeah, nice.
Bit of Maggies about them.
Bit of what?
Magpies.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Okay, next one is Fletcher Sharp. Been in my team for 2 weeks. Now you're all buying him. Unless Tim can give you some stats, why not to, which I would really appreciate, to be honest with you. What do you got?
Quite the opposite, unfortunately. Sorry, mate. And last 6 games, he's averaged 27 tackles per game.
Yep.
That is ridiculous.
Yep.
39 in base across those games. Obviously huge for a 5'8". Add on top of that in power, 5.25 tackle bust per game. Just as a very popular buy this week, obviously. Couldn't believe when I saw his base, and even more so when that his base was driven by his freaking tackles.
Can I tell you a story about Fletcher Sharp?
Yeah.
I was walking down Caxton Street last Saturday morning, just going out to get a coffee and stuff. I went for a walk. I ran into Matty Johns and I gave him a tip that Fletcher Sharp was going to score 3 tries. And then he stole it and used it on the radio. Can you
Here
believe
we
that?
go.
Bullshit.
Can you believe that? Didn't even credit me.
Yeah, that's why you put a bet on, right?
Whose side are you on?
Honestly,
Matty Johns called on the radio that he'd score 3 meat pies, which
Yeah.
is one of the great calls of all fucking time. That is outrageous.
That was an unbelievable call.
That's wild. Yeah, a lot of base. Fletcher Sharp scores a lot of tries in a team that, I don't know, maybe they've decided to score some rugby league points of late. And if they do, good little matchups incoming.
It's such a tough one, isn't it? Like, as a non-owner of, like, the plan was to get Lucas in this week for a little bit, but like as a non-owner of Lucas and Fletcher Sharp, and then like I already own Marju, Ponga, I'm like, I don't really want to overinvest in a side that have been struggling to score a point all season. They pumped a depleted Bunny side as they should. If the draw was slightly tougher, I'd probably pot Sharp, but Titans in Newcastle, Eels in Newcastle, it's just like, it doesn't matter if their tat's no good, they'll score points.
Yeah, and I've heard that argument a few times this week. They played a depleted Southside. I think it had more to do with that I invested in Fletcher Sharp. I gave that team the confidence that they needed. Dylan Lucas, Fletcher Sharp into the side. I think they looked around the dressing room and said, fuck, we must be the real deal.
Did you tell
And they went
Matty
out and
Johns
played
that, who then told the night?
Yeah, I mentioned that to him. Yeah. Are you trading in Fletcher Sharp this week?
We'll get to trade shortly, mate.
Okay, only you're allowed to jump ahead. Sweet. Tamale. Hot, spicy tamale.
You still got him?
I want to say yes.
So, mate, he's delivered for those who did hold on.
Yes, I do.
Yes, so do I, thankfully. And I played him for the first time in 3 weeks after he went bang, bang. So 3-round average of 81. He's up to 559K. He's made 327K for us. How good is that? Break even of 30. In the past 6 weeks, he's had 31 in base and 6.7 tackle busts per game, which is huge.
Wow.
That's for the season, I'm pretty sure, the 6.7 tackle busts. My question with Tamale is, and this sort of does tie into my trades a little bit, so we will jump ahead. Sorry, Roo. No, just can you cut ties early with him? How do you see him long term? Because he covers round 12 and round 18, the first and third major buy rounds. Is he someone that you would like to hold longer term for this coverage, or do you think you cash in, whether it's this week or you wait another week or two till he peaks? What are you thinking?
Sorry, just looking at his numbers. Yeah, he's averaging 5.3 tackle breaks per game. So he's had 48 in his first 9 games. 11 line breaks in his first 9 games of football on an edge that the winger doesn't get the football.
Yeah. I know.
Fuck.
And yeah, I think it was his past. Yeah.
He's averaging 164 run. Yeah,
I know.
gee
So that's
whiz.
why I sit there and go, I'm like, I want to sell. But then you look at the numbers and you're like, far out. He's doing good things.
No, I think out of my cheapy CGWs that I've still got, I've got Billy Smith, I've got Toya, and I've got him. He's probably the one I would keep out of them at the moment.
Well, not Toya, because he's about to make a mozza.
Sorry, I meant like that I'd keep a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I'm okay holding Tamale at the moment.
He's doing
I
good
like
things,
his little
isn't he?
wild card. Yeah. Just anyone that tackle breaks is just enormous in this game.
Yeah.
It's just like if you can average 5 and have a good day and get me 10, I don't need you to score meat pies. You're flying.
Yeah.
Especially as a 5th CTW.
If you're a centre or a winger and you're having 15 to 20 runs per game and you're a tackle buster, it's just, look at Greg Marju. He didn't score on the weekend. I think he had, a line break or something. He got 74.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, to the point, like, I don't mind him as a sell. Like, CT Dubs are getting pretty stacked for people. Toya's obviously not a sell anytime soon. Jenkins getting penched maybe changes a little bit, but there's more money to come for him. But, yeah, it's a tough one for owners. But
What's
good headache.
Tamale owned by 56%? Yeah, okay.
Is that top 10%?
Yeah, of top 5%, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know why I chose that. Just Scott Drinkwater's ownership's higher than I thought it'd be in those top teams. He's at 57%, the top 5.
That's probably
huge.
including people who've traded in the last 2 days as well, though.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Still, though, there's like a lot of other things to deal with this week. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, our next man that we're going to touch on is the Titans and Fermor. The Daily Double. Talk to me.
Popular trade in this week, Fermor, and my sort of initial thoughts were that he'll play Origin, and not so much don't think he's a buy, but there's going to be an Origin impact because I think he could potentially even, I know you're a big fan too, could start on the edge.
He's
for the
starting
Maroons.
in my side.
Yeah, because they're quite light on edges at the moment, the Maroons. So, and whether he's not starting or bench or at the worst case, he's so versatile, like maybe he's an 18th man or something. My point is the Titans, they missed the first and third major buy rounds. However, for himself, and Tino Malawi comes into this as well in terms of a longer term hold, the 2 buys they've got, they're on the Origin weeks, they were missing them anyway, but their backup games after the 3 Origin weeks are Saturday, Sunday and Sunday, and I'm pretty sure the Sunday ones are the last game of the round at like 6 p.m. They essentially couldn't have a better draw to back up. So the Titans, who need wins desperately and will do through Origin, I think they back up. They've got the best possible opportunity to do it. So, like, if they were games on Friday or even if they were all Saturday at 3 p.m. or whatever, you'd sit there and go, oh, do they get rested? How's it look? But I think at least the Sunday games, Tino backs up, Fermor backs up. If Fermor were to play off the bench for the Maroons and play some more limited minutes, probably backs up and plays 80. So it's just a bit of extra confidence moving forward for those buying Fermor. And I think it also makes Tino just a season hold.
Are you looking at Fermor?
No.
No. Yeah, I didn't really put him into my I mean, I'd have to make 2 trades to get him to free up cash.
Yeah, he's gone back-to-back tons. In the past 3 weeks, he has had 4 tries and a try assist. 647K, break-evens negative 24. I prefer the bye coverage of Dylan Lucas for starters.
Yep.
He'll be sort of in and around that Origin frame, but Fermor will play Lucas. I think probably needs an injury or two to play. So I prefer the sort of the Lucas bye, and I prefer a few other buys, but no knock on Ferm because he's doing good things.
Yeah, fair shout.